Today, when people search for a solution to a problem, they usually start with research on the internet. So as a young company, if you can engage with potential customers when they're searching for information, you'll have their ear at the time when they are most open to input, and you are most eager to acquire customers. But the last thing people want to hear at this point is a product pitch. They aren't ready to buy anything. No, at this point, they're looking for reputable, objective information to help them solve their problem. So at this stage, to gain the customer's ear, you need to establish three things. You understand their problem, you can provide them with objective advice that can help them, and you're trustworthy. Once you establish yourself as a trustworthy, knowledgeable source of objective information, it will be much easier for you to engage the customer in a conversation about how you can help them. But beware, this approach, called content marketing, is not a trick or a way to hoodwink customers into a thinly veiled sales pitch. No, this is an approach by which you provide value to customers, whether they buy your product or not. This approach helps you determine early on if there's a mutually beneficial opportunity or if the customer will be better served elsewhere, saving you and the customer valuable time and effort. Worst case, you establish yourself as an expert, and who knows, maybe the prospect will remember you in the future, or better yet, they may share their experience, thereby generating business for you elsewhere. Once you've engaged with the prospect and you're both satisfied you have something to talk about, it's time to introduce yourself and presumably your product and how it can help them with their problem. Okay, now that you understand how this works, there are two questions that need to be answered. What kind of content do you need to generate this engagement with customers? And how can you be sure that customers find content when they're searching for information? The type of content that engages people when they're doing research includes informative ebooks, infographics, and blog posts. A particular valuable piece of content is a benchmarking tool that lets customers measure themselves relative to their peers. For example, a survey that looks at the number of security breaches encountered every year in an organization, or a study of how many similar companies have completed their migration to the cloud. Getting their hands on the results of this kind of information helps people understand where they are and they fit into the overall market, and it helps them gauge the urgency of their own initiative. The content should also discuss solutions, in our previous examples, ways to reduce security breaches or expedite migration to the cloud. You get the idea. Second question is, how do you get content into the hands of people looking for information? Here are some practical tips. Join LinkedIn groups, meetups, even Facebook groups where people congregate around the problem you're discussing, and post the content there. While on these social networks, engage with like-minded individuals and exchange ideas on the problem you're addressing. Respond to articles about the issues and join in the conversation. Customers will come to see you as a knowledgeable resource. Volunteer to contribute articles to online news sites where the problem is being discussed. In your articles, focus on practical solutions, but be careful not to talk about or push your product. Post articles about the problem on Medium, blogs, or other open platforms. If you'd like to receive links to samples of good content or get some additional insights, email me at the address listed below. Let's do it right the first time together.